Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about fragrances that are on my summer wish list. So summer is technically here, and I was thinking there are many things I could film. There are many fragrances that I could order, but it seems a little weird to kind of film with everything that's going on in the world currently. Whether you agree with it or not, the times are turbulent to say the least. So I actually was thinking what fragrances have launched, what fragrances are new, which fragrances are coming out or being re-released in the case of some of these, and which ones would I actually purchase and want to do reviews on and actually just test as a perfume consumer or perfume connoisseur, if you will. So, and some of these are not so new, but they're still on my wish list. So starting off the wish list, I have Louboutin's Vétiver La Rose. So it's a little unusual to me that Louboutin, which is a shoemaker, has such an extensive perfume range itself. Their fragrance collection is very extensive. They have many different collections, and I believe in 2024 they launched this Le Fétiche collection. It's not as expensive as some of their other offerings, but it is expensive nonetheless. I think it's $245 US for 90 mils. And it comes in the same packaging that their nail polishes has come in for forever, essentially. They have quite a few different ones. They have one that is going to be leather, iris, ebony, I think incense as well. This is the newest addition to that collection, which is La Rose. Obviously being a rose fragrance, it's kind of weird, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, to launch a rose fragrance in summer. Because yes, unless it's a very light, airy, vibrant, youthful rose, it can come off
old maiden type of shoe.
Especially if you live in a humid climate, a hot climate. The perfumer for this is Quinton Biche. This fragrance is very interesting to me because it can go one of two ways. It looks like the notes are going to be rose, black cherry, ginger, and pink pepper. So we get the ginger in here. Ginger's gonna add that je ne sais quoi, that very light vibrancy that this fragrance is going to need for summer launch. But I also see in here like the black cherry. Black cherry can go awry. It can go either very sweet, very heavy, very intoxicating, or it can go very light and vibrant and almost shampoo-like. So I would have to smell the fragrance to tell you what I think of it, but it is on my wish list nonetheless. The next one is one that I want to purchase, not necessarily one that's on my wish list. I do have it listed, but it's by the House of Dior, and this one is called Rose Star. Now I have listed here, Francis Kurkdjian obviously is a perfumer for this fragrance, but here we go. The notes for this are going to be musk, damask, rose, absolute, honey, lychee, pear, raspberry, rose centifolia, absolute, Sichuan pepper, and spicy notes. So this can go one of two ways. Either overly sickly, sweet, floral with a dash of spice, which is not my type of fragrance, or it can go for something very artsy and mysterious, which I don't think that's Francis Kurkdjian's strong suit, just to be honest with you. I think he's a very talented perfumer, but mysterious, not really his forte. The thing that was really confusing to me for this fragrance launch, especially being a rose fragrance, how many fragrances does Dior have? They have Rose Gypsy, Rose Kabuki, they have La Kolina, which is technically a rose fragrance. They have Gris Dior, which is not categorized as a rose fragrance, but it is rose heavy and rose focused. We have Miss Dior the Eau de Parfum and Miss Dior the Parfum, which are also very rose focused. So adding another fragrance in the rose family for the House of Dior seems a little redundant. It's been done before. It's not really something that is going to add anything to the house itself. And I'm not sure if Francis Kurkdjian's going to be able to add that je ne sais quoi to it. I do think that Dior needs, well, do they? Because if you really get down to it, you also have another rose fragrance, which is going to be Oud Ispahan. Yes, oud is the primary note in that fragrance, but it is a rose heavy fragrance, which that fragrance is going to have the character and the personality that they're trying to add here. I don't know. This one, it's kind of a toss-up. The next one is by the House of Guerlain. Now, there are a lot in this collection that I want. I mean, if budget was unlimited, let me just tell you, we would have all of them in the collection because Some of them are not the best, some of them are not up to my standard or liking, but you can definitely see the artistic vision behind each and every fragrance in this category. I don't have any constraints or limitations to the creative process for the perfumes in this range, which I find to be very beautiful. The newest one is Vétiver Fauve, I think that's how you say it. It is a perfume by Delphine Gel, which obviously is a perfumer for the house of Guerlain. So this is a Vetiver focused fragrance, but here is the cool part about it. I have seen that Vetiver is kind of coming as a trendy note for 2025, but this one itself plays into that, but also adds this new element. Again, it's very artistic, it's not holding itself back, and it's playing with new elements that we typically do not see with the note of Vetiver. So the notes for this are going to be green notes, fig, pineapple, vetiver, cypriol, and tonka beans. So you get two notes in here that are not usually paired with vetiver, which is going to be fig as well as pineapple. Pineapple was very, very big after Creed Aventus was launched, and this one is kind of bringing that back. I have to smell it to see what it smells like, but I think if a fragrance house does it as good as the House of Creed, it's probably going to be Guerlain, because this is their forte, this is their expertise, and I really want to try it. The next one is by the house of Kolina Era. Now, they just launched what is called their charm collection, and they kind of have been doing this with their makeup launch as well. So you can buy a lipstick or a mascara and then add all your charms to it, which is kind of cute in itself. But they also launched a fragrance line with that. So they already have their private collection called the Confidential or something like that collection. I have not tried any of those, but this one itself is going to be their charm range. I think based on the packaging, it's geared towards a feminine audience, but it's not really listed on their website, at least not the US website from me looking at it. But that's what I'm gathering based on the color scheme and the packaging itself. The thing about Kolina Era is that the brand itself is very good at making a mass appealing fragrance that people are going to enjoy, appreciate, and care for. And that's kind of what I'm going for here, but it's kind of giving the vibes of Cartier's Riviera collection. The notes are very simple, so the one that I was actually looking at is called Cute Chaos, which is the newest launch in this range. This one is going to have blackcurrant, magnolia, and patchouli. I mean, very simplistic note breakdown, nothing super groundbreaking. You get a floral element, you get a fruity element, and you get an earthy element in this fragrance. And it could go one of two ways. It could go very good, it could go very bad, but Kolina Era, I think, will make a safe fragrance all day, every day. The next one is by the house of Louis Vuitton, and they have just relaunched Sunong. I know people are very happy about this. I'm not happy about the price. I might get a bottle myself because I do love the entire, the California collection with the colorful bottles. But this one itself is not the one that I wanted them to re-release. I know a lot of people do love this fragrance and people have been crying for the re-release of this, so I'm not complaining whatsoever. I would have brought back Cactus Garden. Unpopular opinion, I get that, but Cactus Garden really had that soul that really captured the essence of the California desert, in my opinion. This one itself, based on how I remember smelling it, because it's been a while, is going to give you that gleaming skin, sunlight reflecting off of naked skin out by the pool. That's what this is giving. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a beautiful fragrance as well. It's very light, it has some zesty elements, and it's still going to be bright and airy and sparkle in the sun. So I think this is a really good fragrance as well. But I just gotta say, I wish they would have brought Cactus Garden back. And the last one is not a new launch, but it is a launch that I really wanted to try. And I haven't gotten the opportunity to try just because of budget constraints. But Valentino launched their Anatomy de Perfume collection, whatever it's called. And there's three that I particularly want to try it really bad. The first one is Sogno in Rosso, which is the red bottle. To be frank with you and be completely transparent with you, I'm really just wanting to try it because of the color red. Favorite color, I know, not a good idea to go buy a fragrance based on that. The ones that I actually really did like the notes and I like the description of was Club Couture as well as Punk Romantic, that's what it's called, which is going to be the purple and pink bottles. They seem to be the ones with lots of character. They're going to be artsy and fun. I've heard good things about these fragrances on perfume forums. There's nowhere I can try them myself here in person, but I wish I could. And if I could, I'd probably get all three of these just because Well, it's a good color scheme. Why not? What do you think of this fragrance list? Which ones are you looking forward to purchasing or trying out this summer? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment all of that down below. Don't forget to also subscribe. And until next time, take care. Bye.